y'all, it is Crafty Hope here with ICAD number 48. The prompts today were cupcake and cobalt blue. I'm trying to show you that I've got some old, I think it's Liquitex watercolors in a tube in cobalt blue. And that's how I'm going to incorporate that mixed media ICAD prompt. But the cupcake prompt does not show up in here. So I am starting with some collage, which is how I start most of mine. And since I knew I was using that cobalt blue, I got this piece of paper that's got some like metallic blue paint on it. So that kind of helps with that whole thing. So ICAD means index card a day, and the whole idea is to alter an index card. You can use the prompts like I am using with the cobalt one, but that is not the original prompts, which come from Daisy Yellow. I've got information and links below about ICAD, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm more than happy to answer. Now, I want to let you know that I debated real hard whether or not to show you this card. For one thing, when I went to edit the pictures even for this that you'll see at the end, I had no recollection of making this card. Like, it didn't ring a bell. It didn't look like something. I did not remember making this card. And secondly, it's really kind of simple. But then that's kind of what made me decide to go ahead and show it to you, is that you don't have to have some crazy materials to make a card to make some art. Use something simple. Here I'm trying to use up some dried up old watercolors I bought at a yard sale, I think. And so I'm going to get a little bit of that cobalt blue out just so I can check off that prompt from my list. But y'all, yeah, this was sad. So I'm going to get just the tiniest little bits. I think I'm just flicking some color onto there. But again, you don't have to have anything special or fancy. If your supplies come from the dollar store or a yard sale or whatever, that's fine. Just make some art. Make your expression out there. Just go for it. So I have got that cobalt blue down. Look, there's some cobalt blue. Check that off my list. So I'm going to dry that real quick, and I am coming back in. Y'all, this is a China marker. It is very likely that came from the hardware store. When we retiled our house, my husband bought a package of China markers that had like 3 or 4 colors in it. And when we got done with the tile, I stole those China markers. I did too. So I just made some marks with that. And you could have used a crayon, whatever. And then I've got a hand carved stamp. Now, that stamp I carved from an eraser from the Dollar Tree. And the stamp pad is a nicer one. It's a Distress Oxide and Spiced Marmalade. But that could have just as easily been whatever. So I got those down, and then I have some stickers. These are Studio 45 or Graphic 45 or something. I don't know. I don't even know where I got them. But they're just some stickers, and I'm going to stick down this picture of a lady. Something about her spoke to me. So I'm going to put her down, and I've got a Stabilo all pencil that I'm going to go around her with and then activate that with a wet paintbrush. I could have easily done that with a pen that bleeds. So like I said, there's nothing super fancy about this. It's just about making something. Now, my last step to this is I have some words I will put a link to the Google Drive where these words are. They're just some I typed up on my own computer, and I'm cutting that out. That is just printed out on some copy paper. I don't like the bright white on this card because nothing else on there is bright white. So I've got a couple of Distress inks in tea dye. I'm going to put a little bit of the tea dye down, and I'm using that contour brush from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to add some Distress ink in, I think it's old paper, just to make this match the card a little bit more. I'm apparently having some trouble finding that old paper. There it is, stamp pad. And so I'm just going to color that a little bit. And then I'm going to play with a couple of different materials to try to back those words just to make them pop a little bit more. And none of those are going to work. I think I try a piece of fabric and I try, oh, well, there's some burlap. And then I think a piece of fabric. And I really was really thinking about using that burlap, but it just blended in too much. So I'm going to try a couple of different things and then finally decide that, I didn't really want to use any of them. I think I used a book page next, maybe. Um, and instead, I'm just going to scribble on the back of my page with that Stabilo all and activate it and dry it and then stick down those words. And that bit of black on there really gives it shadow without, I don't know, and I don't know. I love that bleediness of the Stabilo. So I'll dry that super quick. I'm going to glue my words down and then I'll use the Stabilo to go around the outside of my card to frame it up. And that's going to be it, y'all. Like I said, it's just some paper and some ink pads and I don't know, stuff from the Dollar Tree and the hardware store. Just simple, simple things. And if I didn't have any of those special things, I could have used a newspaper and drawn a little something and stuck it on. Just go out, make some art. If y'all have any questions about any of this, please don't hesitate to ask me. I am so there for you. Make sure to subscribe and keep on crafting on. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.